The next project I need to do, get the white truck pulled in and replace the tensioner, the idler, and the belt. I think while we're down here at the end of the driveway, we will get the mail too. I often like to just jump in the truck, get down to the end of the driveway and get the mail, you know, because it's such a struggle. You know, first world problems and all. And it is quite the trek. That's the antenna, by the way. Sounds awful, doesn't it? That ought to do. Pull the hood. Light. Battery. Woohoo! There's the idler pulley. Right below it is the tensioner and the belt. So everything we need to work on is right in this area. Time to get busy. Got our belt, got our pulley. I'm going to make an assumption that most of this is metric. I'm going to need a stool because this truck is tall and I am short. We'll use the stool that's handy. About right there, I would think. We'll get our little magnetic dish here. First thing we need to do is take the belt off. 1/2-inch breaker bar, 1/2-inch drive that is. Let's see if we can work that into that slot down there. Now, what we're going to do is try to get the tension off of this belt and pull it off of that alternator pulley right there. So we can get our tool back out of there. See how we remove that off there? And then once we relieve the tension on that tensioner, see how it hit that stop right there? Now, gotta worm this belt out from around all these pulleys, which is always fun. So we've got our AC compressor down in there, water pump, power steering pump, and at the bottom, the crankshaft. It may be easier to get under it, get the belt off of those pulleys down there. I do already have the belt off of the power steering pump and the water pump. Let's get down here and the belt off of the AC compressor, the crankshaft, and the AC compressor. Clear of those pulleys. Probably should get the big drop light out, and we'd have better lighting. More better is always better. Sometimes just the setup to do a job takes longer than the job. This shouldn't be too long of an operation. We got 4 bolts to remove, 3 on that tensioner and the main one on that idle pulley. Get this belt all out of there. I believe they gave me the wrong tensioner. I ordered it with AC, but this tensioner has the groove pulley and I need the smooth pulley. Oh, well dang it. And that's the one making a noise. Old belt here is not in too terrible a bad a shape. Doesn't appear to have any cracks. But another thing that you want to look for, if you notice, these got pretty deep V's. And you see how this one does not. That one is tight. The grooves are pretty tight right here. And I see how open that one is, which indicates it is worn quite considerably. And another thing you want to look for, obviously, is cracks. Now this one does not appear to have cracks, but again, you can see the difference in how this has got much more pronounced V in the groove than the new one does. So what's making our noise is the pulley that's on the tensioner. And I think that might be a 10mm. I used to be able to look at a bolt and tell its size, but now it's a 10mm. How about that? This is such a cool ratchet. Get it over here and you can bend the head of it, put it in a slightly different angle so that you can get into places like this. Broke loose good. Break this one loose. And our last one. Yep. Come on, you. Move our light a little bit so we can get our other hand down in here. Hold that tensioner. We don't want it to fall down if we can avoid it. Get our bolt. Our tensioner. Like it wants to come out from behind the hose as well. It's bad. The tensioner is completely wrong, it would appear. Alright, well, that's why we saved the box. We'll put that back in the box. Hopefully we can return it. We'll go ahead and put the new idle pulley on there. I'm thinking that might be a 13 millimeter. Boom. Yeah, very nicely done. Got our 3 bolts there. Well, it looks like we got something right anyway. Put this on. Click. Ah, yeah. We're gonna have to make a run to the parts house. Well, we made a run to the parts house and got the correct tensioner, which they happen to have in stock. We've already put our idle pulley on, we've got our new belt, so we are ready to install our new tensioner. And we'll get our tensioner down in here. Get a bolt. Maybe we can do this one-handed. Quit it. That worked out pretty good. Other bolts started in there. Easier said than done. What seems to be the problem? Maybe a two-handed operation. Come on, you can line up. I believe we got it started. Get our 3rd bolt in there. I believe that it is started. We'll take our socket here and run that up just a little bit more by hand. Our hand will be in the way while we do this. Now, I do like the way that they designed this setup to where the belt loads in from the top without having to be worked around the fan blade. It just goes in between the 2 idle rollers there. It goes down and goes around the compressor at that point, and goes over the tensioner roller and around the crankshaft, up over the water pump, and then over to the power steering pump and up to the alternator, which makes it easy to install the belt, so you don't have to, like I said, work it around the fan blade. The engineer had his thinking cap on that day. This 3rd bolt started and run up in there a little bit. And we'll tighten these down. Should be ready to put the belt back on. Bring them all up kind of together. I'm going to tighten any one of them too tight too soon. Click. I would assume, since this is cast aluminum, that we don't want to tighten that up much more than about 30 to 40 foot-pounds. It's about where we are, given our tool size and leverage we're working with here. Click. 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 We are ready for our belt. We let it lay out here all night unwrapped so it could relax a little bit. As you can see, it's still sort of coiled up. They had to move our light here a little bit. Put this back up. Take the end of it here. We're going to work it in between those 2 pulleys and get it down in there, or at least get it started down in there. Easier said than done. There it goes. Should be able to get up under there, grab hold of that belt, work it down in there where we need it on the bottom. It's up in there somewhere. I want it to go around the AC compressor. Fish it around the idle pulley and get it down here on the crank pulley. Let's see, this side of it, this part, wants to go down like so. I need to get down there, put that on the crank pulley. It's wanting to be a little bit obstinate. Come here, you. There we go. We're around the crank pulley, around the AC pulley. Back up here. And we can't see a thing, so we can get a little light on that. Not quite as good a light as our wide-spreading drop light, but you can see what we're doing here. We need to get it around this water pump pulley, and then on down to the power steering pulley. Get it off that alternator because I'm going to need that space. Hopefully this will be the last time we have to get up under here. Alright, AC pulley, crank pulley. Down here around the power steering pulley. Can we see all that? Now we just got to get our breaker bar down in there so that we can bring our tensioner around. Water pump, tensioner pulley, AC compressor, crankshaft. We get it on that power steering pump all the way. I believe that we have. We are ready to get our tension off and put it up over the alternator. And there we have it. It's good on the power steering, water pump, alternator, idle roller, tensioner, crankshaft, and AC pulley. Looks like it's all in the grooves. Looks like we're done. Final test is start it up and see if our noise is gone, which I'm sure it is. Much quieter. Looking good. Get our stuff put away here. We'll have another project completed successfully. It's the way we like to do it. Although we like to get the right part the first time, it's always nice that the parts house has the right part when we don't get the right part the first time, and we don't have to order it again. I believe we can close the hood and close the books on another job accomplished. When I crawled up under the truck to get the belt worked around the crankshaft and the AC compressor pulley, the camera, which was on a head strap, I hit it on the bumper, and that made the camera, it kind of knocked it backwards a little bit, and I didn't realize that. So when we get back up on the top side of the truck looking down into the engine compartment, the camera's looking at the top of the engine and not down where we had been looking. So I want to apologize for that. So I guess that'll about wrap this video up. Professional videography? No. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like this video, give it a thumbs up. We thank you for watching, and please tune in again. Off. Yeah. Jeez. Where's my fly swatter at? There it is. Where'd you go? Get out of there. It's dead now. Big old mayfly. That's not even May. So I was rolling right along there in this video. Just a touch. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. Oh, that's the sweet spot. So we were rolling right along in this video. Crankshaft pulley and take 20. So we were rolling right along in this video. You could see what I was seeing. Well, it is certainly not professional videography around here. So I was rolling right along there in this video. Get the belts. So I was rolling right along on this video. I can never seem to. It's not really so much of a how-to video, entertainment video, just for my entertainment if nobody else's. What? Well, I was until I was so rudely interrupted.
By opening the door?
Mm-hmm. My whole thought process and everything is shot to hell now.
Where are you filming? Put this in on the video?
Mm-hmm. It'll be in there. I'll have to crank the sound up though so I can hear you.
Hi, YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Might as well now that you've tied it up. Grandkids.